Hi, Noodle Nick here. So today I wanted to cover all the movement tech that's been discovered for Farlight 84, everything that you would need from start to finish on how to walk basically in the game, all the way to the advanced movement techniques that people are using to have small exploits in the game or to, have some sort of small competitive advantage over their enemies that maybe they don't know about. All of that's going to be covered, so stay tuned. Everything that is on the internet about Farlight 84 that is related to movement is in this video and it will be covered, I promise. So stick around till the end and I hope you enjoy yourself. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to talk about the jetpack. So basics of the jetpack, it's pretty simple. You got your basic vertical, which on PC is just E, where you just go straight up. Okay, now if you're walking in any direction when you do your vertical, so let's say I'm walking this direction, then we're going to go ahead and hit E and it's going to shoot me forward and up. Reloading. But let's say I was walking backwards.
What's the rush, sweetheart?
Then when I do my horizontal jet boost, it goes backwards. So it kind of goes based off of whatever direction you're walking. So that's the basics of the vertical and the horizontal jet boost. Okay, so in this game, I wanted to go over something that they do have that you can potentially exploit. I believe you can tap strafe in this game. I don't have it set up and I would never do it, but I know you can air strafe in this game. So even when you're even when you're jumping at a run and you jump here, you can strafe slightly. I'll show you here on the line. When I jump on the line, see how I ended up not, watch this line here.
Let's move here.
See how I jumped forward, but I'm not on it? And I went slightly left there. But when I jump straight, it just goes straight. So you can change direction in the air slightly. And this is more prevalent with a jump pad. As such, I'll show you the jump pad. And when you jump into the air, you could change direction. See how I went right? So again, change direction left. So you don't fly straight at somebody. If you're going straight at somebody with your jump pad and they're pointed right at you, they'll shred you if you just fly straight at them. You're flying directly into their bullets. So you want to change direction in the air slightly. I wanted to clear up another myth about the jump pad, which I just figured out myself recently. So when you use those blue jump pads, which I'll show you shortly, but when you do use those blue jump pads and you do the forward launch into them and it gives you a distance boost. Okay, so in my experiment to prove that there isn't a boost, I did actually get a small boost of distance by like this much. That could have been bad angle. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Okay, now we have a couple of jetpack maneuvers here. So first things first, you have your forward, and that's just walking forward and hitting the horizontal, and then you have your backward, and that's just walking backwards, hitting your horizontal backwards. Then we have the backwards vertical jump boost, which is backwards vertical. You have your zigzag strafe, which is going horizontal one way and then horizontal the other way, since you have two of them. You could also do a vertical into a zigzag, so like E. See what I mean? There's a zigzag there. I tried to hit it. I tried to combo it with the vertical, but it didn't really work. So basically you're going to want to go one direction, boost, and then while you're still moving in that direction, switch directions and hit the other boost. They'll never see it coming. They'll think you're just jetpacking in one direction. They'll be aiming over here. Meanwhile, you're here, and then you melted them. You have a couple of evasive maneuvers that you can try while you're getting shot at, which is technically movement. You have your crouch spamming. You can crouch spam and practice doing that. There's two things about crouch spamming that will affect your gameplay, and this is direct from one of the top Apex Legends players. If they're aiming for center of mass, you're lining yourself up for headshots when you crouch spam. So be careful when you do that. If they're aiming for center, like her stomach or her chest, then when you crouch, you are just putting yourself right in, you're putting your head right where they're aiming. And it also slows your movement. See my strafe and then my crouch strafe. So you're also slowing yourself down. So be careful with the crouch spamming. The better option would be to jump spam. It keeps your movement faster, more fluid, and you can also jump strafe as well. We have the jumping out of the car boost. So it does give you a small boost when you're jumping out of a car. As such, I'll show you here. When you jump out at the top of the arc, jump out of the car, you get a bit of a boost out. You saw a little bit of extra distance there. If you can hit Maggie's roll off the edge of a cliff, it'll give you a little extra distance boost. Probably the most basic tip for movement, I would say, like the biggest one would be to holster your weapon when running. That should be obvious, but it does increase your movement speed when running. Yeah, I'm slow. Now I'm fast. Now I'm slow. Now I'm fast. Another movement tip. I don't know if it's really movement, but you should definitely know it. A lot of you probably know this already, but if you didn't, when you're coming up to a building and you don't want them to know you're coming, you can crouch. It'll remove your footstep indicators. They won't know you're coming. They don't know where you're at. They might be able to hear you crouching a little bit, but a lot of people don't even play with headphones, so they don't know I'm here. Real quick, we'll go over the best movement characters. Obviously, the #1 movement character is Maggie, my girl Maggie. The second best movement character would probably be, I would say, either use Maggie or use somebody with a launch pad if you want some good movement. Lucinda's a movement character, but Bo's a movement character, but The only good thing about Bo is that he's got extended mags on all assault rifles, so that's pretty good, but that has nothing to do with movement really. But you'd be better off with a jump pad or with Maggie if you really want movement in this game. And the reason Maggie's so good is because of her ultimate. It basically overcharges her jetpacks and makes them go off extra. So you can really get out of a sticky situation with that movement. She also has you know, the Q now, which can get you, would be a nice little dodge, and it also reloads your clip. It reloads your mag faster than you would if you were to hit R. There's another thing I wanted to mention because of the age of the other movement guides on YouTube. There's no movement guide that covers wall running, so I wanted to cover wall running as well. So with your wall run, you walk up to a wall, you jump at it, it initiates a wall run. At the end, she jumps. Now, if you wanted to, you can make the jump farther, run into the wall, jump, hit the jump button, and she gets a bit farther of a jump. All right, so when you do run up to engage a wall run and you can't make it all the way up a wall, let's say here, you didn't make it all the way up because the wall's too tall, or you didn't make it all the way up because there's a stupid little ledge there that's blocking you and it won't register it as a climbable wall. So what you can do is when you get to that point where you're blocked, and it'll block you right here, hit your vertical. Just hit it once while you're going forward and it'll get you over that stuck ledge. I feel like this should be pretty obvious, but I wanted to mention that the reason that you're strafing is because you're trying to dodge bullets. I know. It's a crazy thing to have to say, but I just wanted you to know that if you're strafing in the air, it's just to dodge bullets because people usually shoot in a linear path, and if you don't follow that path, then it's very hard for them to hit shots. Another tip that I wanted to go over that I see a lot of people do, but they didn't actually put in a video, I don't think, so I wanted to cover it here. Don't ever let anyone jump over your head. Like if somebody comes, if you know somebody's about to jump up from the second story and they're going to jump over you, don't let them jump over you, because the amount of time it takes for you to turn around and try and react to what's happening is pretty bad. However, let's say that you see them running from like here and they're running at you. What you want to do is you want to hit your back, you want to go backwards and you want to jump back. You don't want to let them jump over your head. That's a big no-no. You always want to jump back whenever you can. Head backwards. Another thing I wanted to go over is try to avoid going upstairs as much as possible, because people like the camp stairs. Always be unpredictable with your movement. Let's say there's somebody here and you're coming from this direction. You walk up, you see him, you go, oh crap, you run in here. Come up from behind, bop, bop. You never want to just kind of walk right up to somebody, especially in this game with the amount of movement that you can have. You can keep them super confused. Okay, so let's say there's somebody up on this roof and you don't want to jump up through here. You come up here. Jump up, one launch. That was one boost there, just one vertical. You could jump up. You don't necessarily want to go the most obvious way. You want to kind of keep them guessing. You know, it's really up to you to practice and decide like how you want to enter a building. Just don't go through the front door is the best I would say. And don't use your jetpack really to traverse the map, because then you're going to go into every fight and you're not going to have your jetpack charged up and you're going to lose every time. You need to keep your jetpack. Don't be all willy-nilly with your jetpack. You never know when somebody's going to pop up on you. So only use it in a fight, really. Only use it if there's enemies around you. If they're not, then you're kind of wasting it. What you really need to do is just try and get around the map faster. If you want to do that, then use a vehicle. Okay, so there's a mechanic in the game. We're going to go over some jump pad stuff. There's a mechanic in the game called ceiling surfing, where when you have a jump pad inside, you can throw it inside. And then when you're moving forward inside, you can ride the ceiling a little bit. I'll show you. Hold on. You see how you're riding the ceiling a little bit? If it basically gives you, it makes it so that you could You can move inside up at the ceiling. It's like a small exploit, but it's kind of fun. Just keep your movement less predictable inside a building if that's what you're aiming for. Okay, so real quick at the beginning of this match, I wanted to show you, you can prevent fall fatigue by using your jetpack here. You can forward jump boost into this, and it makes you go farther. I'm doing this quickly before I get slapped. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick before I get shot again. When you jump down, normally it does something like this, where it slows you down. Now, what you need to do to negate this is when you're dropping down, you hit your jump boost, and it cancels it like so. I hope you enjoyed this movement guide. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If I missed anything, please let me know down in the comments, and I hope to see you guys in the next video, and I hope to see you in my stream. If this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time you've seen me, and you want to see some more, then hit that button, and it takes care of that problem for you, the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.